Rush Hour 3 is a mediocre and underwhelming film. Now, I wanted to like this one when it had first came out all those years ago, but after recently rewatching it, I was reminded of why I don't like this movie. Just because I don't like this film doesn't mean it's not entertaining to some degree. It is, but there's so many flaws within this movie that it makes it hard to go back to rewatch it. So the story of this one is that Inspector Lee and Detective Carter, they are tracking an assassin in Paris in order to unravel a mystery about the Chinese triads. You know, a lot of the cliches that was in the previous two films just doesn't work here. It feels repetitive, it feels tiresome, and because of that, the movie feels disordered at times. One thing I would say though is that despite the issues this one has, at least this film has some funny moments, including this scene here.
May I help you?
We'll be asking the questions, old man. Who are you?
You.
No, not me, you.
Yes, I am you.
Just answer the damn questions. Who are you?
I have told you.
Are you deaf?
No, you is blind.
I'm not blind, you blind.
That is what I just said.
You just said what?
I did not say what. I said you.
That's what I'm asking you.
And you is answering.
Shut up. You.
Yes?
Not you, him. What's your name?
Me.
Yes, you.
I am me.
He's me. And I'm you.
And I'm about to whoop your old ass, man, because I'm sick of playing games. You, me, everybody's ass around here. Him, I'm gonna kick his ass. I'm sick of this.
Yeah, other than the comedy, the story isn't really good at all. Like, the triads were said to be this big threat in this movie, but they never show up fully, and the third act is extremely lackluster because of it. There's even less action scenes, and it's not even exciting when it does show up compared to the action in the previous two installments. At the end of the day, Rush Hour 3 is not for everybody. Some people will like this, others will downright despise it, but at least it does have some entertaining moments. Once again, the chemistry between Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan is still great, even though some of the magic has definitely worn off. For example, their interactions don't seem as hilarious as the previous two installments. And speaking of which, I think the comedy in this film, it does work. It makes the movie somewhat watchable, but overall, I felt just bored watching this film. Nothing against the whole entirety of the story, but I just thought it could have been better. Had this film originally took place in New York City like a lot of us thought it was going to be, especially considering that Soo Young and Ambassador Han, those two characters return. They're in the film, just not as much. I was like, it's a missed opportunity. Now, Kenji was a good villain. It is interesting how Inspector Lee never talked about his brother in the previous two films, but I understood the villain's motive. And speaking of which, the actress that had played Lady Dragon Jasmine, she did a horrible job, to be honest. Her acting was not that great. And to make matters worse, Jackie Chan doesn't even have a big fight scene in this movie. When it comes down to it, Rush Hour 3 could have been something special. They dropped the ball with it big time, in my opinion. And honestly, this film has so many issues that I can't get over the fact that despite how funny it is, it still ends the trilogy on a weak note, to be honest. I'm giving this film a 5 out of 10. Ironically enough, this is not one of the worst comedy films I've ever seen, but at least it's funny for what it is. It's just this one is certainly the weakest out of the three movies. And I have heard talks about Rush Hour 4, and I'm really hoping it doesn't happen, simply because Jackie Chan will be 70 next year, and because of that, he can't do martial arts like he used to, and it probably would be much worse than this film anyway. And despite how terrible I find this movie, at least it does have its fans out there. And that is my review of Rush Hour 3. Okay, leave your comments down below in the section and let me know what you think about this movie. Alright, this is Slum Guy 172 saying peace out.